Giannis Antetokounmpo is one of the most exciting and talented young players in the NBA today. He has the speed and agility of a guard, the height and wingspan of a center, and the athleticism as great as guys like Russell Westbrook and LeBron James. And in this past season, he's solidified himself a spot as a starter in the NBA All-Star Game and developed into a legitimate superstar. But who is Giannis Antetokounmpo? How did he become the player he is today? We'll start from the very beginning, in Greece. Giannis was born in Athens, Greece to two Nigerian immigrants who relocated to this country to create a better life for themselves. Growing up with very little money, Giannis spent most of his time working as a street vendor, selling sunglasses and handcrafted souvenirs just so he can make enough money to buy groceries for his family. His parents didn't even have jobs at the time because it was nearly impossible for immigrants to find work there. So Giannis and his brother Thanasis took on the responsibility to help them financially whenever they can. On top of all of this, Giannis and his family also grew up with a constant fear of the police, because they were afraid they'd be caught and deported out of the country at any moment. But even though him and his brother struggled to make ends meet, they had this desire, a powerful desire to improve their lives and get out of this situation. Growing up as a kid, Giannis found solace in playing sports, but mainly soccer. He wasn't really interested in playing basketball at all. But one day when he was 13 years old, he was spotted in his neighborhood by a local basketball coach, the man who would start the process of turning Giannis into a worldwide basketball phenomenon and change his life forever. His name was Spiros Veliniatis. We'll just call him Coach Veli. So Coach Veli approached Giannis and asked him if he knew how to play basketball, but he quickly found out that he was pretty terrible at it. However, even though his skills were unimpressive, his character and determination and height caught the coach's attention. Coach Veli tried to recruit Giannis to play for his junior basketball club, but Giannis told him that he can't and turned him down, because he needs to work to continue supporting his struggling family. Upon hearing this, Veli decided to make a deal with Giannis. If Giannis came to play basketball for his club, then he promised he would find his parents jobs. While this doesn't really seem like an ethical solution, it worked out pretty well for both of them. Giannis's parents started working again, and it gave himself more time to focus on just playing basketball. Although the first couple of years were rough and money was still an issue, Giannis found immense joy in playing the game, and he continued to improve through Coach Veli's guidance. Originally, he wasn't expected to be scoring that much, but he did put up 50 points in one of his last games with the club, which drew attention from some of the more prestigious senior clubs in the area. Fast forward to 2012, Giannis has gotten an offer to play for the senior squad of Philatletikos, a team in the Greek basketball league. This was a pretty big change of pace for him because it was the first time he started to travel outside of his hometown and become dedicated to a strict schedule. Since he's being paid to play basketball now, he took it upon himself to work on his game every single day to do whatever he can to help his team win. Oh, and by the way, he already grew to 6'9" by this time. Yet he still preferred to play point guard because that's what he liked to do. 1 year later, Giannis has made a name for himself and became a nationwide prospect. Every single basketball league in Greece wanted him, and he even got offered 400,000 euros to play for a Spanish team called Zaragoza. But Giannis had a bigger goal in mind. He set his sights on the 2013 NBA draft, a goal that would change his and his family's life forever. Despite not even going to the draft combine or attending any workouts with any team, the Milwaukee Bucks still felt comfortable enough to draft him with the 15th pick in this draft. At the time, not even the Bucks knew what they were getting. They only knew two things about Giannis. One, he had the work ethic and competitive fire to be a great player. And two, he also had some ridiculous physical measurements. In fact, the Bucks measured him at nearly 6'9" during the draft, but by the end of his rookie season, he was already 6'11". A 2-inch growth spurt at 19 years old is pretty crazy. After signing his first official contract with the Bucks, Giannis became a millionaire and had expendable money for the first time in his life. But this still hasn't changed him at all as a person. In his rookie year, he was still doing things like carrying home 6 to 7 boxes of free food from the locker room, or making sure his teammates don't throw away any shoes. When he spent $400 for a PlayStation 4, he actually felt guilty because he's able to enjoy all of these luxuries in America while his family is still struggling back in Greece. So then, he actually sold his PS4 to Nick Van Exel, the Bucks assistant coach at the time, for the same retail price he bought it for. Then 3 months later, when his family finally arrived in Milwaukee, he got back his PS4 and they all played games together as a family. That's just one of many stories in his rookie year that made everyone realize how humble and down to earth he really is, and that he's just glad to be able to change his family's life. As Giannis has developed through the years, he has seen massive improvements in every single season on both ends of the floor. Giannis represents the era of basketball that we're in right now, where traditional positions have become an ancient concept. He is the walking definition of the phrase positionless basketball, being able to play and defend literally every position from point guard to center. His success culminated this past season when he became a starter for the All-Star Game, receiving over 1.6 million fan votes, trailing only LeBron among all frontcourt players. But despite the fame and fortune, Giannis is still the same smoothie-loving kid he was when he first came into the league. The sky is the limit for him, and he'll continue to improve as his career progresses. And that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like and subscribe for more in the future. Thanks for watching.